Hey everybody, GC13 here. Susie and Ramona are the leaders of the Summer Camp Island Coven, and, as far as we know as of Season 4, destined to save magic itself. As is required by their destiny, Ramona is mortal and lives in frozen time, while Susie is immortal and resides in regular time. Being the only one living in the present with the other witches, Susie is currently solely in charge of the Coven, wherever they've disappeared to. It wasn't always that way, though. When the Coven was just getting started, both Susie and Ramona lived in regular time and led the Coven together. Still, Susie was definitely the primary leader. She would decide what they'd do, and Ramona would either back her up or counsel an alternative course. But why did Susie always get the first choice on how they'd direct the Coven? Is it because she's just naturally bossy? I can't deny that she is quite bossy, so I suppose it's possible. Don't forget, though, Susie also has far more experience being a witch than Ramona does. When they first met, Ramona was just a child, but Susie had already been an immortal teenager for who knows how long. Ramona then suffered a close encounter with the Jabberwock, putting years on her body without giving her the experience to match. So, we can't just say it's Susie's bossiness that puts her out in front managing the Coven. The Summer Camp Island Coven is the only one Ramona has ever been a part of, while Susie easily had time to have been in one before. She's a natural fit for leading the Coven. Or she would be, if she weren't such an awful leader. Susie's extra time on Earth has probably taught her a lot about magic, and a lot about being a witch. But there's one thing she definitely hasn't developed in all of that time. Maturity. Not only does the magic of her immortality keep her physically a teen, it keeps her mentally a teen as well. Some of the effects are just fun little teenager things, like her trend chasing, or her watching Gander High. Others are less fun. At least if you aren't Susie. She's very domineering as the leader of her clique, and she's very quick to make fun of others. Even when it comes to official Coven business, Susie's teenage brand of self-centeredness permeates her leadership style.
But exorcisms are so exhausting.
Susie, it is our duty to save her.
Fine.
Thankfully, for most of its history, the Coven had Ramona there along with Susie. Susie may be the one who decides what they're going to do first, but she'll heed Ramona, even when she really doesn't want to. And if you thought herding cats was hard, try leading one. Ramona standing back and letting Susie do what she wants, only stepping in to direct her when it actually matters, would be a good way to preserve their friendship. It's hard to fight over being told what to do if it only happens when you know it's the right thing. It's also quite a mature way to handle someone. Something someone with the perspective that age brings, which Susie's immortality denies her, would do. We've seen what the Coven is reduced to without Ramona there to help guide Susie. Susie may know the magic, but despite being excited about her role as a savior, she's really only interested in herself. That's how it was in the past, anyway. Susie almost gave up her immortality, and while that would have allowed her to finally start aging into the mature witch Ramona had already become, it's not the only form of character growth available to her. Despite being as teenaged as ever, Susie has managed to grow a lot. The sticky note on her fridge says it all. Try to support them. Not support them, or you'd better support them. Try. It's at once a statement of noble purpose and an admission of her own imperfection. A very mature combination. This isn't just her coming to terms with the importance of her mission to raise these campers into a new generation of magical creatures. Even if her singling out Oscar and Hedgehog for special treatment in the early days was her still being angry about being tricked by Ramona, for most of the campers, she ran the camp just like she ran the Coven, with pettiness and disinterest. No, this is a commitment to being a better person. Susie may still be a teenager, but she doesn't have to remain the worst caricature of what a teenager can be. Her meanness is a mask she's been wearing for a long time, and she doesn't need Grandma Susie to take it off for her. What do you think about Susie? Would she have been nicer in the first days of camp if she had had the perspective of maturity, or would she have been just as self-centered then? Do you think she's finally over Ramona's betrayal? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.